Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Mai, and I'm a Nexford application specialist. I am super excited to show you guys the Nexford online platform today. But in the meantime, I'm just going to wait a few more minutes for more people to join us. I see we only have 4 attendees so far, so maybe this will be a tight-knit webinar today. But for those who have joined me so far, I'd love for you guys to introduce yourselves. So I can see Alex and Peace, Anisette and Anglin. I hope I'm pronouncing your names correctly. Thanks for joining me so far. If you'd like to introduce yourself on chat and just let me know from where in the world you're joining me from today, as well as which Nexford program you're interested to apply to. I'd love to learn that about you, and that might also help me talk about specific areas about Nexford or our online platform today. Just a little hello on chat. Also make sure, guys, that if you have any questions you ask me today, especially just send in your questions in the Q&A section or the Q&A box so I can get to your questions at the end of the webinar. We should be going on for about 30 minutes today. Sometimes the questions can run over, so we might, go on for maybe 40 or 45 minutes. So make sure you block, that time in your calendar. If you do need to log out of the or exit, the webinar, don't worry, this is being recorded and you can ask our team to receive a recording of this webinar. But while we're all online, I would love to hear your questions. If there are any gray areas for you about Nexford's online learning experience, then that's what I'm here today for. Hi, Peace. I see Peace is joining from Nigeria. We have Anisette from Ivory Coast. Nice to meet you too. Hello, Anglin from Nigeria. Okay, fantastic. Thanks everyone for introducing yourselves. Who else do we have? Hi, Jeremiah. Nice to meet you too. So who here is interested in an MBA or maybe a BBA at Nexford? Anybody interested in any specific Nexford program? Love to learn more about you. Okay, I have a feeling that there aren't going to be more attendees joining us right away. So let us start our virtual tour today. In the meantime, I'm happy to see Anisette and Anglin, you're both saying you're interested in an MBA. Anisette, you're interested in an MBA in sustainability. That's great. Anglin, you're interested in an MBA in finance. I do regret to inform you, though, we do not currently have an MBA specialization in finance, but I would recommend to you our MBA in enabling e-commerce. So that is something you can check out on our website for sure. You can learn more about that specialization, but anybody who's interested in perhaps marketing or finance or how to sell their products and so on, I think the e-commerce specialization is the right fit for you. Okay, I will get to the Q&A at the end, guys. For now, I will start sharing my screen and tell you guys more about the Nexford learning experience. Let me reintroduce myself for those who have just joined us. So my name is Mai, and I'm a Nexford application specialist. I've been with Nexford for over 3 years now. And during that time, I've spoken with so many aspiring learners from all around the world. I've heard all kinds of questions, and one of the most common ones I get is how exactly will I be studying online at Nexford? How is the online experience like? Are they recorded or live sessions and so on? So hopefully if those are gray areas for you too, that is what I'm going to cover today and clarify for you. And with that, let me share my screen. With a show of hands, I'd love a confirmation from everybody if everybody can see my screen already. Okay, fantastic. Thanks, guys, for raising your hands. Okay, so what I'm currently looking at and what everybody's currently looking at is the homepage, the main dashboard of our online learning platform. So the learning management system that we use is called Canvas. And if you haven't heard of it before or ever used it through any kind of online learning, then I'm happy to tell you guys more about it today. It's very user-friendly and it's an online learning management system that is being adopted by top universities like Harvard and Oxford. And the great thing is there's a mobile application called Canvas Student. So whether you're using an Android or an iPhone, you can also download this mobile application. When you get enrolled at Nexford, you get your login credentials through which you can access our online platform on the Canvas Student application, for example. Just search for Nexford, log in with your login info, and that's it. You'll be able to access your online program, your online courses. You can do your studying on the go. So there aren't any specific times of the day to study, guys. We do practice a flexible pace structure at Nexford. And when I say flexible pace, it's important to note, I don't mean self-pace. While you do have some control in how fast or how slow you finish your program at Nexford, there are deadlines you need to meet. So as long as you're meeting those assignment deadlines and so on, participation deadlines and all of that, then you can definitely complete your program much faster. You can finish it in half the time, even 1/3 the time. So it differs from one program to the other. It differs depending on how your grades are. So the higher your Nexford grades are, the more number of courses you'll be able to take at the same time. And the faster you finish your program at Nexford, the less that you would pay in total. Anglin. Hi, Alex. Hi, Anglin. Is anybody having any questions? I'm not sure what you mean, Anglin, by not bold. All right. Well, if you have any questions, please make sure to send them to the Q&A section or box so that I can answer your questions at the end of the webinar. And this is being recorded, guys, so you can ask for a playback of this webinar once it's over. Maybe you can receive it within a day or two, just to let you know. All right, so back to the learning management system or homepage here. So there is an application and an enrollment process at Nexford, and they vary. I'm very happy to clarify those two different processes at the end of the webinar. But once you get fully enrolled at Nexford, you have the option of choosing a future program start date up to 3 or 4 months ahead, right? During the time that, after you've actually completed your enrollment, you will already get access to our online platform early on, even before you start your program. And that's a great benefit because you get access to everything online, aside from your course, of course, that's going to start depending on the chosen program start date. So our intakes start in the beginning of every month. Currently, our next intake, the nearest intake you can join, is on January 1. And the one after that would be February 1, March 1, and so on. If you get enrolled in December, though, you can already access our online platform, like I said, and that means that you can access all the different learner benefits early on, such as LinkedIn Learning, and I'll tell you guys more about that. But some important things to note is once you get enrolled at Nexford, you have to complete your NXU Orientation, and this sort of is your welcome package. It's a very short course, and it doesn't contribute to your GPA or your overall grade at Nexford or anything like that, but it is a requirement. You need to complete the orientation. It has 3 modules, so that is half the size of any Nexford course. And all that it's about is providing you with all the information and all the knowledge that you need in order to succeed through our online platform. It tells you how to navigate through Canvas. It tells you how to reach out for help. How can you speak with our advisors? How can you speak with faculty and other learners, and so much more. So I will show you guys a sneak peek of the orientation, guys. So this is the introduction part of that. And right from the beginning, you'll see that you get a welcome video from our founder and CEO, Fadl Tarzi, and he tells you guys a bit about the Nexford University mission, how we started off and why. I'd love to play this for you guys just for a few seconds so you can get an idea.
Is this one? It's been said that the future is a convenient place for dreams, so why not dream big? I've always known education changes lives, but I first realized its impact over a decade ago. On my entrepreneurial journey, I saw a gap between the skills of college graduates and the needs of employers. With my own startups, I struggled to find people with the right competencies. For example, I couldn't find a software engineer with effective communication skills. I couldn't find the creative designers who could plan. I thought to myself,
Okay, guys, that's just a sneak peek for you. Hopefully you can watch it in its entirety once you get enrolled at Nexford. I just want to let you know that for any videos like these, through our modules, there is always a written transcript that you can download that can make that so much easier. And I want to also let you know that this is one of the different examples of the different, dynamic elements through which you're going to be doing your studying at Nexford. It's not just going to be a lot of text. You're going to find videos like these that are embedded. You're going to find YouTube videos sometimes, audio clips, blog length articles, little exercises here and there, and so much more. So there's always something to keep you engaged. We really don't want our learners falling asleep, and hopefully I can show you guys a bit about that dynamic learning experience today. And then you'll see from the beginning, we tell you things you can do and things you can join that can help you with your learning experience, such as joining our NXU learning communities. These are led by Nexford learners who are also industry experts in certain fields. So whether you're interested in entrepreneurship or HR or marketing, you can join different learning communities depending on your interest, and that can truly help you out right from the beginning. Aside from that, there are, of course, learner WhatsApp groups that you can join. It's great to have a study buddy, so I do recommend you join these from the beginning. You'll find that we have so many different WhatsApp groups. Some of them are country-specific, intake-specific, or program-specific. There are new learner WhatsApp groups getting started every once and again. You can even start up your own. So I truly recommend joining these as well. So as you move forward in the introduction and in general in the orientation, the NXU orientation, we tell you about all the different benefits you get as a Nexford learner. We tell you about the university policies. So you go through the university starter kit. You'll learn about all our different offerings, as well as how to order your courses. How many courses can you take at the same time? So that is the course load, for example. You're going to learn about all the different deadlines and the course timeline. So you're going to be very well equipped. You'll know that very well so that you know how to move forward with your course. And of course, if anybody needs to ever take a leave of absence, that is something you can request from our team. So we know that life happens. We know that you may need to pause your program sometimes. So simply let our team know right away by emailing our success team. You're going to learn who our success team are, and they're going to be there to help you throughout your full learning journey. So at any point, if you need to pause your program, just let them know. We can, you'll have a leave allowance of a few months, depending on which program you're enrolled in. So that can be, I believe, 6 months for the BBA, maybe 4 months for the MBA. You can definitely request an extension as well. That's, subject to approval by our team, depending on the situation that you have. And you'll start knowing which programs and tools you need to download in order to do your studying. So you do get a free, fully licensed Microsoft 365, all the programs under that. So you'll need to download that. You'll need to have Teams as well in order to be able to navigate and communicate with our team. And you will meet your success advisors. I've already mentioned our success team, and they comprise of success advisors that are based all around the world. So you get 24/7 access to our team of success advisors. You can reach out to them at any point with any learning related questions or platform related questions. For example, they can help you perhaps reach out to your professor sometimes if you're unable to reach out to your professor or you don't know how. When you get enrolled at Nexford, you do get assigned a specific and personal dedicated success advisor, especially in the first 3 months of your program. So if during, does that mean that after those 3 months, you're not going to receive that same type of support? Certainly not. Like I said, you can still talk to any other success advisor from around the world. We do have a booking page here where you can book a 30-minute call or a 30-minute session with any success advisor. You can even specify whether you've just enrolled or whether you're an active learner, for example, and just put in, you can just select the date that suits you as well as the timing. And then based on that, you can be assigned a certain success advisor. So you can choose the one you have been assigned, but if they're not available, then you can pick any other success advisor from around the world, and you put in your details and you book, and it would be that easy to speak with another success advisor from around the world. All right, guys, so that is a sneak peek of the NXU orientation. If you have any questions about this, please make sure to send it to the Q&A section of the box so I can further elaborate on that. Okay, so let's talk about some of the different features of the online platform. You'll see that these are color coded. You can choose what color they have. You can even play around with some fun features here and do a color overlay. And where does this make a difference? It makes a difference in the calendar. So if you click on the calendar, you'll see there are items that are added on your calendar. They're there automatically depending on the courses that you're enrolled in. So you'll see that they're color coded here. You can change your view, of course. You can add and remove things depending on what you want to check out in your calendar. If you click anywhere, you can add your own event. You can add your own to-do item. You can make this as detailed as you want. So that way you'll always stay connected to everything. You can get reminders straight on your mobile phone, of course, if you download the mobile application for Canvas Student. Otherwise, you can definitely synchronize the calendar to your PC or laptop so you never miss out on any important assignments or deadlines. That, guys, is the calendar. You'll see there is an inbox. If you click on that also, it takes you here, and it is one of the easiest ways you can communicate with anybody in our online platform. So you do receive announcements, notifications straight to your inbox from faculty. I'll explain these, but it's so easy to compose a new message just by clicking on this. You can choose which course you enrolled in, for example, leadership and organizational development. This is one of the early on MBA courses. Do you want to speak with a teacher or students? You can choose from that. For example, you want to speak with a student named Abigail, just put in your subject and your message and send. And it's that easy to send a message to anybody. Whereas here you find that there are these notifications from Caroline Fernandez from the writing lab. So I want to go back to the dashboard and explain what that is. So these 4 boxes represent courses that you're enrolled in, right? Whereas the orientation, like I said, is a requirement, and it is just a welcome package sort of that you need to complete at the beginning of your enrollment. Whereas the writing lab is a resource that is always there. So it's something you always have access to. If you click on that, you can learn more about it here. And so we know that not everybody's a natural born writer, and especially for the types of assignments you may be required to do at Nexford, there's going to be a type of formatting that you may not be familiar with. For example, APA formatting. So you're going to learn all about that. This area is going to help you with your academic writing. It can help you with improving your English skills and so much more. So there is the modules area, and this shows you the different topics that you can read more about to help you out. If you want to learn about paraphrasing or you need help with grammar, paragraph structure, and so on, there are a couple of FAQs as well. And so if your question is not yet answered here, then you can definitely book a one-on-one session with our writing lab coach, Caroline Fernandez. So you can learn more about her here. She has a little bio, and if you click on this link, it takes you to a booking page quite similar to the one I showed you guys for our success advisors or our success team. Here you can book a 30-minute call with her, just also pick the timing and so on that suits you, put in your details and book, and then you'll have booked a 30-minute call with Caroline. If instead you want to join a call with different learners from around the world, then this is what she often announces. You'll find the announcements at the top here, and they're the same that were being sent to your inbox here. So she holds these regular, almost weekly drop-in sessions with learners from all around the world. They can be joined by up to maybe 100 learners at a time. And she sometimes will announce freehand what topics she's going to cover in this drop-in session. There will be a PowerPoint presentation. These are also being recorded, so you can download that. So there's a lot of referencing here that can be super useful for you, aside from the fact that this allows you to meet other learners from around the world and to hear from them. So I truly recommend joining drop-in sessions. Okay, so I've covered some of the main areas here in the navigation pane on the left side. If you click on courses, that shows you just an overview of the courses that currently is in your dashboard and that you are enrolled in. History, of course, is just to take you back to the last pages that you've accessed in our online platform. And then finally, you'll find LinkedIn Learning and our NXU library. So these are the resources that you have unlimited access to as a Nexford learner. Our library is a robust library of over 60 million resources covering so many different topics and industries from around the world. As you can see, you have things on business, for example, computer science, and so much more. So these include encyclopedias, articles, blogs, research papers. So this can be used and utilized throughout your Nexford program as a great research tool for your assignments and maybe for further learning and so much. And then there's LinkedIn Learning. So if you haven't heard about that yet, of course, it is under LinkedIn. And this is an area where you can, as an expert learner, get free and unlimited access to over 16,000 courses and videos. They can cover so many different areas and topics that don't necessarily have to relate to the Nexford program that you're studying. In fact, you'll find some LinkedIn Learning courses or videos that are in the modules at Nexford. We put that there as a requirement, not a requirement, sorry, as a recommendation for you. In case you want to do some additional learning, maybe we'll be telling you, okay, we find that this LinkedIn Learning course is related to the thing that you're currently studying. If you want to do that, for example, here. So this is the first module of an MBA course, for example. So this is, module 1, for example, and then expand. This is where we give you that option. If you want to take this LinkedIn Learning, video or course, you can complete that, and that can add to your learning and add to your knowledge in this specific area. You'll often find that here, right? So the great thing is when you complete that LinkedIn Learning course, you'll find that often you get, you will always get a certificate. You can add that to your CV or your resume. It's a great way of showing the community as well as your employer or whoever that you are learning on the go. You're not just waiting to complete your Nexford program and receive that certificate. You're actually gaining skills as you go through the program and do some of, these of additional learning. That is LinkedIn Learning for you guys. And I just want to quickly cover our career services portal. So there are a ton of ways that you will get help and support with your career at Nexford. So it's not just LinkedIn Learning. That is one of the many offerings that I've showed you already. And just to clarify, normally for LinkedIn Learning, you would need to subscribe with a payment, but you get unlimited and free access to that just by being a Nexford learner. And so other things you also get unlimited access to is IBM Digital Nation Africa. If you are indeed based in Africa, then that is good because you can get access to this, also unlimited access. This covers more tech-related programs. So if you're into AI, cybersecurity, or web programming, or so on, this is a place for you. There's also Localized. That's a great platform where you can create a profile for yourself. You can get connected with career coaches and mentors around the world. You can even join virtual job fairs. So I totally recommend you check this out. You can learn about it here. There's even a demo you can access from our career page on our website to learn all about Localized and how that can definitely help you with your career. So aside from that, you'll also find here the global grid. So if you haven't heard about this, you can access that also from our career page. If I scroll to the bottom, you'll find here, right, the global grid. And if you click on that, it takes you to this page. So the global grid is a brand new initiative that we launched at the beginning of the year. It's a mentorship program that enables talent around the world to prepare for remote jobs. You'll find that there are live webinars that we regularly hold. You can learn about that from our events page, or if you're already in our mailing list, then you would be receiving notifications for these webinars. These are open to the public. However, there are group mentoring sessions that are exclusive only to Nexford learners. So you need to be an Nexford learner in order to be able to access this. You'll find that our mentors are handpicked for their industry expertise, and they come from all around the world and work in companies like Samsung and Coca-Cola. This is definitely one of the best offerings that we have also that you can learn more about. And then there is also Forage. If you haven't heard about this, it's a career resource where you can get virtual work experience at real companies like JP Morgan and Accenture. So it's a free resource, and it complements your learning as you get to apply skills you learn. Plus, you can choose to share your task submissions with tutors, which can maybe lead to interview opportunities for internships. So definitely check Forage out as well. All of these things do get added sometimes in your modules also. You'll find like Forage, for example, is added at the beginning of this. And it's because maybe we found that there's something, like a virtual work experience program at Forage that is in relation to this module or this course that you're studying. Of course, there's a ton to unpack here, guys. There's so many different things I can talk about and show you, but we're nearing the end of our short webinar today. I hope this was good enough to show you a bit about the online learning experience at Nexford. I'm happy to cover any other areas you feel you needed more elaboration on. So now would be the great time for you guys to ask your questions so I can help answer them for you. So please, guys, if you have any questions, now's the time to send it in to the Q&A section or box. I see a couple of questions here already from Anisette. I'm so glad you have all these questions. So you seem very interested in studying with us at Nexford. So let me answer some of them here. I see Anisette. I believe you said you were from Ivory Coast. So you're asking about scholarship opportunities. You can check out our scholarships page at, I'll share the link with you. That will show you which scholarships we currently have available. You can check them out and see if you're eligible for any of them. Otherwise, we have a scholarship form that you can fill. Should there be any new opportunities in the future, then we will reach out to you. So let me share that with you. Anybody who isn't based in Nigeria, I would recommend you fill this form as well. Provide one in the future. Let's see what other questions we're getting. And it's that you're saying why most of your materials are LinkedIn focused, while most of the time those contents are not pretty much deep in terms of insight. That is not very correct, sorry to say, Anisat, but we cover so many different topics. So let me tell you more about how our programs are set up. Like I said, LinkedIn Learning is there as additional learning. If you want to learn additional things through LinkedIn, but it is not the core of our programs whatsoever. So if you want more info about how programs are set up, I do recommend you navigate through our programs on our website to learn more about how they're set up. I sent you some info currently on chat, so this is to let you know how our curriculum was designed and where our experts are from all around the world. You can check that out. I hope that clarifies things for you. What else? Guys, if you have more questions, please send them in. I see, Lucigun, you're saying, how many months does it take for MBA completion? That's a great question. So the average duration for our MBA is 18 months. So that's a year and a half. But it's important to know that anybody can finish any Nexford program faster or slower, depending on your ability, depending on your schedule, depending on how high your grades are. So the higher your grade, the higher your GPA, right? The more number of courses you'll be allowed to take at the same time to finish faster. And any Nexford course is designed to take you 8 weeks to complete. So the maximum or the deadline for every single course within any program or any degree program is 2 months. So that's 8 weeks. However, you can complete it in just a month also. So that's an option. So if you're able to finish every program in a month and you take more than one course at the same time, you can imagine that some people do finish our MBA in just a year instead of a year and a half. We've had learners finish in 10 months, 6 months. So it's that is our flexible pay structure that we practice at Nexford that can allow you to complete your program faster. And you only pay for the number of months you spend studying. You're not paying per course, you're paying for the number of months you're studying at Nexford. I hope that clarifies your question, Olusegun. Okay, Anisat, you are asking, what about the tuition reduction rate for a person who has been recommended by alumni? I think you need to WhatsApp our team about this or send an email to help@nexford.org. Anisat, I'm not too sure what you mean by the tuition reduction rate, even if you're recommended by our alumni. I did send a form which you can check out. Which if you fill that, maybe if you provide any scholarship offers in the future, we shall reach out to you. At least we'll understand that this means you're looking for that. Lusigun, you're saying how many courses are there in an MBA program? Fantastic question, Lusigun. So we currently have a minimum of 12 MBA courses you need to complete. So there are a minimum of 12 courses you need to complete in the MBA. So let me share the link with you also. So everything about our MBA is pretty much explained on our website here. So you can see the different offerings. So we do provide more than 12 courses. You'll find that there are more courses on offer, and you get to pick 12, right? 12, some of them are of course mandatory, and some of them you may have an option in select. Share that with you. I shared it on chat. You can check out what they are. You may need to take more than 12 courses if your previous bachelor certificate, your previous education was not in a business related field. Then there are 4 MBA Business Foundation courses that you're going to need to complete. It's an MBA Foundation certificate you're going to need to complete in order to jump straight into our MBA curriculum. Of course, if you wish to take a second specialization, then you will also need to complete your MBA first and then take a short certificate after. And then that way, you can have 2 different specializations in a way, but it's not going to say that, of course, in your certificate. It'll be like you got a second certificate, a graduate level certificate in another field. Questions we got here. Okay, so I see some people asking about WES or WES, which is, I understand, the World Education Services. Currently WES is unable to review any of our credentials at this time. WES requires American universities to be nationally or regionally accredited in the US in order to evaluate their credentials. So while we are currently licensed by HALC, or the Higher Education Licensing Commission in Washington, DC, and we have a UK-based accreditation from ASIC, we are working hard in the background to get further accreditation to ensure that our learners achieve their academic goals. So the short answer to that is currently they are not able to evaluate. So we do not have WES accreditation. If you need more info on this, just email our team or WhatsApp us. I will share with you guys on chat also our WhatsApp number so that you can speak with our team specialist and they can answer any questions that So just send our WhatsApp number, guys. So that's the main WhatsApp number for Nexford. You can message us there. You can also email us at help@nexford.org, or you can book a consultation with a Nexford application specialist, and we can assist you. We'll learn more about your current career, your career goals, and so on, your previous education and such. And that way, we can help recommend a relevant Nexford program for you. Jeremiah, you're asking, is there a provision for someone who did not have anything to do with business or finance and undergraduate level to cover up the gaps before taking the MBA? So I kind of indirectly answered that earlier. So I hope you got that. So there are 4 MBA Business Foundation courses you would then be required to take at the beginning of your MBA before jumping to the core curriculum of the MBA. You need to complete those and pass those. If you do, then they should provide you with the necessary skills and knowledge you need in order to succeed in our MBA. So that should help give you some of the basic business info, business foundations. So that can help cover up the gap, as you say. So I hope that answers your question, Jeremiah. I see a question from Peace. Also, you're saying, please, how long does it take for BBA completion? And how many courses are there in the BBA program? Great question. So the BBA often takes, there's an average duration of 4 years. So that's 48 months to complete the BBA. However, also, like I mentioned, there's a flexible pay structure at Nexford. So you can possibly finish your program much faster. We have had BBA graduates already that have graduated in just 2 years. So you can finish in half the time. There are 40 BBA courses you need to complete in the curriculum. You take more than one course at the same time, and you finish each course in less than 2 months, then it's definitely possible to finish your BBA in half the time. See what else? Penguin, you're asking, are payments for the program paid once or paid in installments? Yeah, that's another great question. So at Nexford, you have to pay, like, the minimum payment style is a fixed monthly tuition fee. So you pay a fixed monthly tuition fee as if you're paying a fixed phone bill every month, right? So depending on which program you're applying to and depending on which country you're studying from, that the tuition will vary. So if you're based in Nigeria, for example, the monthly tuition fee for a graduate level program, such as an MBA, is $180 per month. You can pay in installments, but technically it's advance installments. So you need to pay in advance so you can pay either a monthly, every 2 months, or every 6 months. And the more number of months you pay in advance, if you pay maybe a year in advance for your program, then I believe a discount, not a discount, but a tuition, I think, reduction of some sort is possible. You can also speak with our team about that. But the minimum payment style is definitely paying every month. Okay, Jeremiah, you're asking, sorry, I didn't get you clearly on your explanation about specializations. Could you come again? Yes, of course. You can, study a general MBA, for example, or you can study an MBA with a specialization. And where does that make a difference? So there are, like I said, 12 courses that you need to complete for our MBA, right? So there are 12 courses. How it works is there are going to be 9 core courses, core curriculum courses, and then at the end you can pick either 3 elective courses or 3 specialization courses. And so if you pick 3 elective courses, then you would be graduating with a general MBA degree program. If you pick 3 specialization courses instead after those 9 core courses at the end of your MBA, then you would be graduating with an MBA with a specialization in a certain field. We currently have 5 MBA specializations available, which you can learn more about on our website as well. And so please note that you can decide on a specialization anytime throughout your MBA program. You aren't required to decide before you enroll. So this means you have plenty of time to decide, and you'll have the help, of course, of your dedicated success advisor, and our success team in general to help you with that during your program. So if you would like more than one specialization, you can enroll in it, but only through our single courses or advanced certificate. So you will receive a separate certificate after completion. For example, you'll have an MBA in, for example, advanced AI, right? And then let's say you want to take a short certificate in global business, then you'll have a separate certificate in global business. So I hope that clarifies that for you, Jeremiah. What else? Anisat, asking what's the average of your MBA student program completion? I'm not going to be able to divulge that information, Anisat. Do you mean how many people have graduated? Not too sure, but what I do recommend is you can join a Facebook group we have on Facebook that are, being led by Nexford learners around the world, as well as aspiring learners. So through that, you can maybe speak with other learners from around the world, and that's up to you. If you are based in certain countries such as Nigeria, then you can also ask a learner. So we have a UniBuddy offering. Let me send that info to you. And through that, you can choose to speak with other learners from around the world, and you can learn all about their Nexford experience. You can share that on chat. Anybody else have any questions? Christian, you have a question. Please can you explain more on intermediate certificate and advanced certificate? Of course. So we have short certificates at Nexford. Those take an average of 5 months to complete. So we have some that are on an intermediate level and we have some that are on an advanced level. Where does that make a difference? So the intermediate ones also mean that they are undergraduate level short certificates. So you only need to have, your highest academic qualification, previous academic qualification needs to be at least a high school certificate or a secondary school certificate or its equivalent in order to apply. So as long as you have that, aside from other admission requirements, then you can apply for the intermediate level certificates. However, for the advanced certificates, you need to have a bachelor's degree or something that is equivalent to a bachelor's degree in order to apply to those advanced level or graduate level short certificates. I hope that clarifies that, Christian. Of course, they will vary in price as well. So you'll find that our short intermediate certificates, if you're based in Africa, for example, they cost $90 per month, as compared to the graduate level ones cost double that, so it'll be $180 per month. And I also say average 5 months because you can complete a short certificate in 8 months or maybe even 3 or 4 months, depending on your speed, your grade, and your schedule. Anasat is asking, is there any language waiver for someone holding a degree or a bachelor's degree in English in a French-speaking country? Currently, there are different things that we accept in terms of English proficiency and how you can prove you have English proficiency. So let me share that with you guys on chat also. This could be helpful for some of you. So keep that info with you. You'll find on our website the different English proficiency certificates that we accept in order for you to be admitted into Nexford. There are other ways you can prove English proficiency if you do not have that certificate. So if you previously studied completely in English in your previous school, you can provide your previous school transcript to prove that, and then that should be enough for you to apply at Nexford. We wouldn't still be requesting that you provide an English certificate such as an IELTS or TOEFL or something like that. The TOEFL, you don't have to provide that, so it depends. Check out our different admission requirements on our website on the link I just shared. You can alternatively take an online Duolingo English test during your application. And in any case, if there are missing documents when you're applying at Nexford, such as your previous school transcript or your English proficiency certificate, we can give you 60 days from your chosen program start date to provide that. So if you're not ready yet, but you're so eager to start your Nexford program with us, then you can start studying with us already, for example, from December 1st. And then any missing documents need to be provided to our team in a maximum of 60 days. So that would be, for example, if you start your program on January 1, then you need to provide any missing documents at the end of February. Let me know if that makes sense. Of course, if you need an extension more than those 60 days, that also is, pending approval by our team. So you can let us know. Anyone else have any more questions before I wrap up our webinar today? I hope this was useful. I hope, it gave you more of an idea of our online learning experience. Yes, Christian, we actually have team members working from all around the world. So just like our learners are global from 95 plus countries around the world, we have Nexford teammates working remotely from Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, South Africa, Egypt, the UK, the US, you name it. There's so many countries we have, Nexford team members from, and that includes representatives, of course. So if you do want to speak with somebody in Nigeria, I can arrange that for you, Christian. just WhatsApp us, please, on the WhatsApp number I shared previously. I'm going to share that again. And then our team will make sure that you can speak with somebody in that country. And just so you know, while Nexford is 100% online, there are community spaces in Nigeria, in Lagos and Abuja, where you can go there, meet our team. You can do some, of your remote learning from there as well, possibly meet other learners from around the world if they're also there studying. So you can learn more about those community spaces that help you sort of know the Nexford community where you're at. Thanks, Anisette. I was happy to give those responses. I hope they were helpful. Anglin is asking, when is the expected date of commencement of the MBA program? I was meant to understand it starts end of December. So at what point is our documents requested? Okay, to very well clarify the enrollment process and our intakes at Nexford. So our programs, no matter what program, they start at the first of each month, the first of every month. So currently our next intake is on January 1, and that is the soonest that you can start learning with us at Nexford. That is when our programs start again. So the enrollment deadline for any intake is the 28th of the previous month. This was the 27th last month, but now we've pushed it to 28th. So if you want to join our January intake or January 1 batch of learners, you need to complete your application, complete your enrollment, which includes paying at least the first month of your chosen program tuition, in this case an MBA, by the 28th of December. That is the deadline, that is the cutoff, so that you can start learning with us starting from January 1. So our programs do not start at the end of any month, Anglin, just to clarify, it is at the beginning of every month. Our documents, of course, there are admission requirements and certain documents that are required as soon as you're applying. But the ones we have some space for you, where we can give you some time, are the English proficiency certificate, as well as the transcript, because we know getting your previous school transcript can take time, especially that we need the official transcript from your previous school, which means you need to reach out to your previous school, request that from them, and they need to send it themselves directly to Nexford for it to be an official verified transcript. So this can take time, and we understand that, which is why we give you 60 days to provide that. But in the meantime, to remove the headache from dealing with that, just request it from your previous school. You can follow up with them, make sure they send it to us within 60 days. And in the meantime, you can already be studying at Nexford. So you don't have to wait to start your program. You can start right away, and then that can be working in the background. You're welcome, Anglin. Anybody else have any final questions? And just an FYI for those that are based in Nigeria, we are having a tuition increase at the start of next year. So if you want to lock in our current tuition fees, I do recommend you get enrolled this month, even if it means you want to start later. You can choose a future start date, such as April 1, for example. But at least that way you can secure our current tuition fees while they're more affordable for you. Any more questions, guys? If you're also based in Kenya, then tuition fees would also increase, I think, starting next year. So also something to keep an eye out for. Okay, I see that I'm not receiving any more questions, guys. So I hope that everything has been clear for you and that you understand the application process. If not, just reach out on any of the contact info that I shared on chat. I hope you enjoyed this virtual tour. I do hold these virtual tours one-on-one as well. So you can have a 15-minute one-on-one virtual tour with me if you'd like through the booking link that I shared also on chat. I super look forward to you guys joining us at any point, whether it's next month or the beginning of next year. I hope you have a great Nexford learning experience with us, and please don't hesitate to reach out to our team at any point if you have additional questions. You can also reach out for a recording and a playback of this webinar if you like. So thanks for putting in the time to join me today. Have a good day or a good evening wherever you are. And thanks again, guys. Have a good day. Bye.